Rio, Rio, Rio,
Doom, 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 doom. Hey, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the A Bruh, You Seen This podcast. I am your host, Troy, Grizzle, Smoke, whatever you feel obliged to call me. You feel me? I am here, as you obviously hear, my annoying co-host, King Deem. How you doing,
What's
my
up?
guy?
What it do?
What
It's
it
your
do?
boy, King D.
It's your
on the mic,
boy.
man. You already know what it is, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. We got another.
What you excited
we got
about, man?
Another special guest. This person is near and dear to my heart. I am so excited to have this person on. And do they still say fashionista? Is that like older? Anyways, the lovely fashion designer. One of my best friends, Miss Janna Yvonne. Y'all make some noise, man. Make some noise.
Woo!
Yes.
Jenna!
What's up, Janna? How you doing?
What's up, everyone?
Welcome to the pod.
And thank you, Troy, for having me. Really happy to be here. It's an honor.
It's an honor to have you. You know, how's the weather in New York? How's it going? How's it going over there?
So New York is transitioning into fall right now. No one's happy about it, and everyone's in denial that summer's over. But if you've ever had a New York summer, you know how depressing it is after Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are going into the dark years now, basically.
Yeah,
dark time.
It starts getting dark so early. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So Jenna, you're originally from Atlanta, right?
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Born and raised, East Atlanta, shoddy.
Mm-hmm. So what? I gotta ask, and I'll tell you in a second why. But what brought you to New York? Like, what motivated you to move there?
So I was living in Orlando at the time, post-grad, right after graduating from UF, and then got a job opportunity. Long story short, got a job opportunity in New York and just relocated here for that job. No longer with that company now, but that's what got me to New York, and I'm so thankful, so grateful for that move because I am obsessed with the city. I love it here.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. I hate it. And I definitely say that with only spending like 10 hours in the entire city, but I hated it even more.
So sorry. I have to ask, why do you hate it? You only spent 10 years there.
So my gripe, and I'll say this, I got family in New York too. Like I got like cousins and uncles, and my grandma used to be there too before she passed away. But the reason why I don't like New York is I just don't like the whole idea of what New York is. You feel me? Like, and I think the rest of the country is starting to do this, but New York is the worst. I don't understand the want for people to go there, to live there, because it's like you're paying these crazy ass prices for rent and stuff like that for the most part to live in like a shoebox, in my opinion, right? And I never understood that. And I know everybody, like you were just mentioning, summer. And I feel like that's usually the motivation. Like everybody want to get down with that New York party. The summertime is like lit, but I'm like, damn, like y'all must be outside y'all apartment all the time. You gotta be.
I feel like, well, one, I hate when people who have spent a very limited amount of time in New York judge New York because there is so much the city offers. There's no way you're gonna get a taste of the city within a weekend trip. So don't even like fool
Especially
yourself
not 10 hours, goddamn.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it was literally 10 hours.
You'll feel like either overwhelmed or you'll feel confused because you don't know where you're going. So it's just never like a great, whenever I hear people say, oh my God, I don't really like New York, I'm like, okay, spend a week here and then like figure out if you like the city. The other thing is like, while cost of living is extremely high, there are cheap ways that you can like live in the city. Like, you don't always have to be eating out all the time. Like, you know, you can, like, there's bodegas, like, there's ways to find, like, cheap things, cheap events, cheap food, whatever, and like maintain a lifestyle here. Which is why you see a lot of, upcoming artists move here, or upcoming designers like myself, or people that are in that like in between stage in life. Like it's a good city to kind of like find your path and find yourself, even though the cost of living may not be like the most ideal. But with that being said, I'd rather be here and spending my rent than being in Atlanta right now and spending pretty close to the same amount. Like the rates are going up like everywhere. And like if I'm gonna spend, $500 to $600 or $600 to $700 more dollars on rent, then I'm gonna make it worth my while and be in a city like New York.
Right. You don't have a car, do you, or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like I don't see how
There's
people.
no need to have a car. Yeah. Like Subway is so like it's just reliable. Like everyone uses it. You can Uber, obviously, but like it's gonna save you so much money if you just train.
Yeah.
Troy also say the people are like very, very, very aggressive.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get there too. I
do realize like when I come back home, I feel like I have extremely aggressive energy compared to everybody else. Like I will be walking on the sidewalk, like going somewhere, and I'm like, "Bruh, why are you walking so slow?" And then I'm like, "Okay, well they have nowhere to be." But that's just like the culture of living in New York. You're just like,
you gotta adapt.
Just go. You're just like on a mission because everyone else is. Then you go to other places and you're like up on like their heels and looking at you like,
down,
what is wrong with you?
Goodness.
Slow down.
Okay. All right. On a scale from 1 to 10, how dirty is New York?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm
like, I'm very.
What was it?
I'm bougie. I'm like all the things. And it sometimes shocks me that I'm just like, oh yeah, like there's a guy peeing, like whatever, like just the most ridiculous stuff. Like, and you're just kind of like, I don't even know. I'm like almost immune to it, even though I shouldn't be. Like that's not normal, but it's just like whatever. It's the price you pay.
What did you rate it?
A 10.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're good in my book. You're honest. So you're all good. Because if it's anything other than 10, I was like, yeah, you know what? We don't need to have the New York conversation because you're lying to yourself.
So I got a question.
I'm always 100.
How big are the rats? Like, is it really?
They're so big. Like I saw one time. It's really bad whenever they do construction because that's when they're like digging in the ground and all the things. And so I was like walking on an avenue they were doing construction on. I saw one and I just like. I couldn't even believe, like, my soul jumped out. Like, I was just like, there's no freaking way that's, like, real life right now. Like, that, I'm just like, I didn't really see that. Like, it's fine. And then I keep going.
Those joints be big as possums, man. They huge.
That's crazy, man. I can't imagine. One time, like, I saw a big rat. Like, it wasn't, like, crazy, but like it was bigger than I had ever seen in New Orleans. But New Orleans is also a very dirty place. Dirty place.
Yeah,
but I love it.
New Orleans is There's a certain I want to say acquired taste to New Orleans, but nasty. So
I mean, it's kind of like that same logic, like people go to New Orleans because they know they're gonna get like good food and the vibes and all the culture and everything. It's like applying that same exact thing to New York. Like that's what people see. It just everything. I always say this, like New York is the only city I feel like that's depicted in movies accurately. Like what you see in movies is like how New York is actually, and it's not like glamorized for like Hollywood. Like that's legit how New York is. And so I appreciate that. Like when I came here, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is like what I saw growing up. So that was just nice and refreshing to see that in a city.
Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to fake all that dirtiness, like to try to hide it. I think that's extremely hard. Though. It's like wow. But also, like jokes aside, though. All right. So I know it's a couple people we went to school with who out and why, and like you said too. I feel like people who are kind of in between, like they're in a specific phase of their life, of where they're growing and learning more about themselves and just just experience what the world has to offer. New York, I can see why it's a great place to be, because you have so many walks of life. And as much as I hate living on top of people, right? I think because you're so close to each other, it's like, hey, you're forced to, talk to people, walk, be on the street, meet people every damn day, so on and so forth. But what the brunch is like, though? What are the brunches like?
So brunch is lit, but I've been to a lot of lit brunches. So I've been to brunch in Atlanta. I've been to brunch in DC.
Okay, good, perfect.
And I've been to brunch in LA. So I've been to the main hitters, and I can say I think it's hard. I feel like DC's definitely up there. I feel like it's like a tie between New York and DC. I've had a significant amount of fun in both cities, and like the same type of fun as well. So it's like it's hard for me to be like one's better than the other, because I know people who feel very strongly about DC brunch, which I understand why. Yeah. But I also have had like the craziest times and like the most fun times and the best food in New York. So that's hard for me to just like give DC number one spot. So,
Deem, have you ever gone to brunch in DC?
I've never been to DC.
Bro, it's an experience.
I've heard.
Isn't it? Like I've been to brunches, kind of a lot of places. Atlanta, obviously, New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, even in San Diego. Like I've been a good amount of spots, bro. Florida, obviously, easy. But DC brunch, bro, it was just like there was a certain standard that was
everything,
like,
fashion, food, service.
Now, yeah, you can give it that, right? It was all right. So back when we was in school, we had the day parties in a sense, right? Like the cantinas and whatnot. But it was like taking that to a higher level. I forgot the one I went. I think it was like Griffin or something like that. I went to two, like one that starts with the O, which I don't remember. It started with an O. And then the other one it was like Griffin, or I want to say Gryffindor, but that's Harry Potter, so it can't be. but it was so lit, like, because to me, and I'm sure they do it in New York, because I feel like it's the same dynamic as far as what the city's like. You go in, you paid out, all you can eat price, boom, you go in, it's a buffet style, DJs having it lit. All right, cool. You know what it's like. And you can imagine what it's like, right? And for me, this was on a Sunday, bro. I was flying out this day. I almost missed my flight. That's how much fun I was having. And it was the part that really took it to another level, where it's like, all right, bet. So we got the rooftop that y'all got access to, the rooftop party. And when we went up there, that's what almost had me miss my flight. And I was there with like 2 or 3 of my LVs. And I remember saying, like, you know what, though, I could probably just get a flight tomorrow. You feel? I could fly in Monday, call out. But then I was like, yeah, I can't be acting like that. So
no, DC brunch is so fun. I went for I was there Memorial Day weekend back in like 2000. I don't even know, 18, I think, 17. And I just remember, like, I don't know the venue, but it was like multiple levels, and like they had like a rooftop. They had like, people were eating, and then they had the rooftop, and I was like, oh, this is such a vibe. But the thing about New York is, like, everything's like that in the summer. Everything's a rooftop or outdoor. And it's just, like, what really makes the difference is the DJ. So if you go somewhere with a great DJ, like, it's over. It's over. So, yeah, both my favorite cities to do brunch in, for sure. And Atlanta brunch is lit, too. So I never count that out.
Yeah, that's true. And then I guess the last thing I'll leave the people on as far as New York is, that motherfucker's too aggressive for me, man. Like we were talking about this on a previous episode. It was like, yo, they be doing a little too much.
So this what we said, Janna. Like, this is what we said. We was like, for us, like, if we get all hyped and turn up, we hit by the 8, right? They start on the 8. And when a little something happened, they had a 10, 12. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we broke it down. But then it was like, in Florida, we might be a little more chill.
Yeah,
so
we chill. We chill.
Actually
like it's an environment that's chill.
7, 6. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, dang, we kind of like Cali, ain't it? And then Troy was like, nah, Cali be like at a 3 or 4.
Cali is laid back. At least San Diego. So I only got San Diego to base on, but like,
Cali's at like a 2.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, laid back.
but yeah,
Man.
New York, y'all, it don't take much. Y'all on 10 though.
Very expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the concrete jungle.
The guys here are different. I always try and like surround myself with transplants if I can. I always find people who are from the South or
Transplant.
not from New York. I'm just like,
So okay, so that's a situation. That's really like your situation of. I'd rather be around people who are also just here temporarily coming to New York from somewhere else versus let me really get. I don't even know how to.
Let me really get a feel of a New York nigga. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, that's that. Yeah, essentially, like, yeah, let me hang out with like y'all thoroughbreds. Y'all were built in this.
I would say I have a mix of friends, but majority of them are not from New York.
Okay, yeah, I'll feel you.
I'm friends with like a lot of people here. Some that are from here, some that are from Jersey. But majority of my friends are definitely transplants. We call ourselves transplants.
That's what's up.
Transplants.
Well, I ain't gonna keep bashing New York. I'll leave them in peace.
You just gotta come up and like spend some time here, preferably in the summer. But winter time's lit too. Like Halloween and on is like so nice. Like they start putting out the lights, and it just looks like a completely different place. And then, of course, winter happens, and that's when we escape. So
yeah, I'm not against it. Like I recognize that I have a bias in disliking New York, which it all started from high school.
You got to come back on the show and apologize.
Hours there.
Well, yeah, I have that experience, which like obviously I was like, this is trash as I thought. But I think the biggest base for my feeling towards New York is when I was in high school, and you had that. It was like a migration of just New Yorkers coming down to Florida. And oh my God, New Yorkers are insufferable.
Now we're getting to the bottom of the issue.
We're getting to the nitty
gritty. Yeah.
Nothing to do with the city. Actually,
what? No, it still does. It still does. Because like obviously the people I wasn't really agreeable with them the way they came out, and it was real loud talking for like shit that I was like, all right, relax, man, relax. You ain't in New York no more. But again, I still don't. When it comes to, I guess the logical person of like, all right, getting the most bang for my buck, the value of this versus that. It's like, okay, yeah, I understand New York is lit in the summer, so on and so forth. But like, there's so many other places that are lit. But like you said, like you're up there aspiring fashionista, like, you know, the fashion world and so on and so forth. There's more to it than just like, let me come up here and just enjoy the brunches every weekend, or it's just a cool summer. Like you out there chasing career goals and so on and so forth. So I get that.
Exactly. There's a lot of opportunities here for a lot of careers, like not just fashion, like not just the arts either. Like this is the Wall Street. You know what I mean? This is big financial district. So it's like there's so many opportunities here. If you have the opportunity and you're young, I would encourage anyone to try and live in New York because it's just like the best time. And I don't know, yeah, like just random things can happen to you. You know, no matter what career field you're in, whether it's, you know, the arts or design or tech or engineering or finance, like there's just so many opportunities here for a lot of young people. So if you have a chance to live here, I would say definitely do it, like for a little bit, because it's just so great to just have that experience. And then like things that can just happen to you are just so crazier than like some of the things that will go on in like a slower environment. I was chilling at home on the first Monday in September, or second, whenever the Met Gala was. Chilling at home on the sofa. It's my day off. And watching the red carpet for the Met Gala. Friend of mine calls me up. They're like, oh, we need like a designer on site for just in case like they need some pants tailored in for Offset and Quavo. And I'm just like, what? So it's just like random stuff like that can like happen to you when you like least expect it in New York, and you just like have to do it because it's like, oh, well, when am I ever going to have this opportunity?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Matter of fact, I'm about to mess up the whole agenda right now because she brought up the Met Gala, and I did want to talk about that. Now that the
Met Gala?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Met Gala. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into it. No, it's like I'm not even gonna act like I'm like super deep or anything like that into the designers and nothing like that. But I like so when I was like I stay I guess up to date with things that are kind of going on just around the world. But anyway, with the Met Gala and whatnot, what I took away from that was just like it's I guess the idea of celebrities and very high status individuals. Like, okay, so first of all, the Met Gala to me is it's basically celebrities Halloween. Like, agree or disagree with that? I'm real curious at how you feel about the Met Gala, just and how you see my take on it. Is I always look at it and think of it's like Halloween for celebrities, right? It's like, although it's like real cool to see people like wear these really over the top outfits. Sometimes it's really just elegant. It's not even like over the top, but it's like no normal person can wear any of the things that they're wearing. Well, most of the things they're wearing, like in regular life. And I wondered, like, what purpose does the Met Gala really have? And I'm not saying it in a negative way to say that it has no purpose, but I'm just like, what is your take on it? Like, what do you see the Met Gala delivering to?
So do you even know what the Met Gala is?
I do. Well, no, I'm not going to say that so confidently. I know to a certain degree of it's essentially, I know it's like a charity.
Yeah.
You have charity. Yeah. So I get that aspect, right? But
Okay,
again,
I just want to make sure you knew like what it was before we start just like throwing shade on the Met Gala.
no. I try not to talk too much about things I don't know anything about, and I'm not saying I know a whole lot about it, but I guess when you ask, like, I know it's a charity and it gives back to, I think specifically like the charities are like, I feel like it's designer funds, or I don't feel like it's like they're feeding homeless people. I forgot what it was, but I remember reading about it. But I was saying, like, the charity aspect can happen without all of that too, right? So that's why I was wondering, like, what is your thoughts like?
So it's like for someone in fashion, it's definitely like it's like going to Disney World when you're 3. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's just like a very big deal. It's the event of the century. It's so that fashion designers have a outlet to show off their most creative way of like making garments. It dates so far back, and it's not just about like the bouginess and the classicness of it all. It's more so about the creative expression of it all. So each year, and I think a lot of people don't know this, but each year they have a theme. And like, I feel like people who are just bystanders don't know this. Obviously, if you pay attention to the red carpet or turn on E, you would know that they talk about a theme. Now, what's the difference is this is like how different designers will interpretate this theme. Sometimes it's not even the designer. Sometimes it's the artist or the person wearing the garment and the designer collaborating. And so
Like Sierra and
when
her
you
Jersey
have
dress.
that, correct.
Ooh.
Like, obviously, you know that was, like, Sierra's idea. Same thing with Rihanna. She has a lot of impact with these designers with every look that she wears to the Met Gala. So for us, it's like, it's just like a live look at like how talented like these designers are, and like how far their creativeness can go. Like, Lady Gaga at the 2019 Met Gala was the most epic thing ever, and like a lot of people just are so confused, but the theme was camp. And camp is an aesthetic style. It's all about like interpreting something that can be so almost tacky and it'd be like, ooh, that's kind of dope at the same time. So
Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
Lady Gaga, like, she literally came in an outfit you thought she was going to be, and it was already outrageous, right? And then she basically comes out of the shell. It's a whole other outfit. That's already doing the most. You have 2 outfits in one on the red carpet. Then she does another outfit, and then her last one is her underwear, which is so her as an artist, but also giving the designer time to show off his skill set as well, all within the frame of a ball. So it's just like it's the definition of extraordinary for like someone in the arts. But I can see how on the outside it can be seen as confusing and classist and tasteless, but essentially it represents a lot more than that. And some of that money does go to fundraisers like CFDA, which is, it helps basically designers who don't have money start their own businesses. So it does go to a lot of people, and Pierre Moss was one of those designers that got that fund, and he's relevant because he had the financial backing that a lot of those fundraisers raise money for. So it definitely is a lot more than what people realize, and it's one of my favorite events of the year. I like to just talk trash, but also just see like how I can start thinking and expanding my boundaries as a designer.
That's cool. See, at least I wasn't like, I didn't come in blind. I knew almost everything about it. That's cool. Nah, and I wasn't trying to railroad what it is at all either. It was just I
didn't interpret it as such. I was just like, this is like, this is my take. That's exactly my take.
Yeah. Just like, what is it? Like from someone on the inside of it, basically. It's me, yeah. So, that's cool.
That's cool. So one of my good friends, like, they've been, and it's crazy. I think I would just cry if I ever got invited to the Met Gala.
You'll be there. Don't say if, when. It's when.
But Ocean's 8 is the best movie to watch if you ever want to know like what it looks like from the inside out.
Inside. Oh, so that's an accurate depiction, essentially?
I would assume so. Like, I have friends in the industry, and they didn't say anything otherwise.
Ocean's, the movie's dope.
That was that was one with, I think Rihanna was in it. It was the all women cast, I believe, or the all women crew.
With Sandra Bullock, love her.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, man. So what we got up next, man? What we got up next?
Dave Chappelle. What's it called? The Closer.
The Closer.
The Closer, yeah.
Scary movie.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was very Dave, for sure.
It was. Yeah. It was very Dave, but yeah, he was still very. This is a little different to me for some reason. Like
it was like had more of like a serious tone.
Yeah, it wasn't like the one. It wasn't like you watch it and you're just laughing the entire way through. It was like he was being very
think a lot,
introspective and stuff like that. Yeah,
was like serious, but it was even his last special was lighter than this one too, and I was like,
well, I mean, it's called The Closer. Like you think,
last one for a little while. He said,
yeah.
So what y'all think about it? Like let's get into it. I know there's definitely some controversial topics.
For sure.
A lot of controversial topics. I don't think he should be canceled though. Like I feel like
I mean that's what he does. Like I mean that's Dave Chappelle. Like this is the essence of Dave Chappelle. This is probably like what it's like to hang out with Dave Chappelle. Like that's what y'all gonna talk about. You know what I mean? Because it's like you can like the comfortability that he has to just stand up there and really tell it like it is. Like speak like that's his mind. Like that's what he thinks, bro. And it's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it.
He's a genius.
He's a genius.
I honestly believe he's a genius in the way that he kind of like just his strategy of how he tells a story, and he like even I don't know if he started this with the Netflix specials. I'm sure he was doing it before, but he has the ability to tie in everything. Like there's nothing that he kind of adds in and it just is like, oh well, I said that and that was over here. He brings it back around full circle for a lot of his topics. And I think that's amazing. Like he does a lot of storytelling, right? So I think that's cool.
He did have some moments that definitely made me cringe a little. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was like, huh, what did I just hear? Like my ears. But he definitely hit it on the head when he was talking about so many different things. But like, really, what I'm thinking about is when he was talking about the baby and shooting that guy in Walmart, and versus what happened to him at Rolling Loud. So I was just like, that's
crazy.
So one part of that, right? Which that was a part that really stuck. That it stuck with me in a sense of like, okay, context, Dave, context, because the way that he presented that, he was just like, the baby killed a dude in Walmart, and people care more about what he said in Rolling Loud. It's like, okay, no, the baby killed a dude in self-defense. And then they care more about Walmart.
No.
Did you wait? Hold on, Jen. You say you didn't know it was self-defense?
No, I didn't know it was self-defense.
See, exactly. So for people who don't know that, they hear
I
that.
Can see that. I mean, first thing I'm thinking though, like, wouldn't people think if he shot and like killed somebody, then that he wouldn't be out? No,
Nope.
I mean,
No, because you got
his OJ
you
or
got
something.
yeah, but the thing is, you do have people who it's like the culture knows this person killed someone, and there was never a trial for it. There was never nothing like that. But it's like kind of just you know that man did that or whatever it is, right?
I interpreted it not
Basically.
like that. I was just like, oh well, like niggas shoot niggas every day, and like that's just like not
That's true.
as big of a deal as like slur comments towards a community.
Yeah.
That's true. That is also very
That's
true.
how I interpret
Wow,
it.
yeah,
That's also true.
Which is crazy. It's like the value of life.
yeah.
No, that's true. That's actually that's a great way to think
No,
about it.
that's actually
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
But I'll say, and we don't tend to do we don't really tend to get into a lot of deep controversial things, and I'm never against it. But I feel like the whole idea. So okay, Dave and comedians as a whole, right? I feel like comedians are so like as the years have passed, and we've gone through all these things that have been going on in society, all the crazy shit. I think the voice of comedians, that unfiltered kind of don't give a fuck, I'm gonna say what everyone's thinking type of attitude, like it's very much needed. You feel me? But then there's like I guess in a way you can kind of look at it and think there is a backlash to it because we're so PC as a society now.
It's just not politically correct.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's the thing. Like,
It's clear, like you can just see it in the comedy shows that they have on TV. Like if you look at the old Def Jam versus a Def Jam that was more recent, you can tell the clear difference. An old Comic View on BET television, an old Comic View versus like a newer version of Comic View. Like it's like watered down, you know, like
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
just,
super watered down.
I mean,
It's
take The Office, for example. Like, that could never air.
Yeah, we
right
talk
now.
about stuff like that too. Because I said white chicks, like that couldn't come on. That wouldn't have.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I literally watch White Chicks all the time.
Both oh my
Funny.
gosh.
It's so funny.
I
Oh my God.
hate
They're in
that
the
movie.
car and they're singing that
Yes.
song. That is like the
that,
funniest.
that show, like I mean, not that show, that movie, like and what's another one? Tropic Thunder. You know, just it's
Tropic
like
Thunder.
yeah, like
Humor was so
the world,
cool
man,
back then.
it's different.
It's, but in many ways though, like I think we're okay. There was a need for like a pulling back, right? That some things don't need to be said, right? And for me, I guess I always fall on the side of things that are straight up like malicious in intent, right? And meant to stir up violence and so on. Like shit like that, cool. But like right now and where we are, nobody can take jokes. You feel me? There's no like you can't like no one is like making light out of themselves and can like take in that like, oh well, yeah, I can laugh at myself. I can laugh at these stereotypes and so on and so forth. Like I'll tell you one of the funniest jokes to me, like that Dave told was when he was talking about like the LGBTQ community, and he was talking about they're like it's like they're on a road trip, right? And you got the bisexuals, the gays, the lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he went into that, I thought that shit was hilarious because there's some truth to it as far as what society may be thinking, but it's just like I feel like everybody should laugh at that. Like I get, but I get the understanding that like I can't fully relate to what life is for a person in LGBTQ. At the same time, you're still human, so I can relate in that aspect, right? And there's things that obviously are tough about my life, just being black, being a man, whatever, that I still laugh at. So it's annoying that we're at this point as far as society that we can't laugh at shit. Like, and we censor like everything.
Yeah.
Like you say one wrong thing and it's just like, you need to
Yeah.
go. You need to go. That's trash.
It's hard. It's hard. It's like, when does that line cross over from like accountability and sensitivity? That's what people need to figure out.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I think well, it kind of go back to what Troy said. I think it comes down to like intent. Like most times you know if somebody is doing something with malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? I feel like majority of the time, you know, Because if you don't know, then it's kind of clear because they're doing something to hide it. You know what I mean? So, or you're just naive. But anyways, so like, I feel like really it just come down to that.
See,
like, what you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so like when I think like, so I was mentioning like the need for comics to say shit that people think but aren't saying because of fear of like, oh well, this is gonna cause a big hoopla.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're trying to deal with it, and like I kind of, I'm like low key losing the thought, but there's a reason people go to the shows. You feel me? It's a reason people go to the shows and everyone watches and so on and so forth. And like in many ways, like the way that the internet's set up, like it's easy for like not even 1%, a fraction of a percent of the like people to like voice their opinions of they don't like something, and it make it seem like everyone is upset. But that ain't nothing different. Like I feel like as long as comedy has been around, you make a joke, someone ain't gonna like it.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
100%. I mean, that's the part of the art.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like.
And then another thing about it too, for real, like especially nowadays, like that shit go away so quick, bro. People so, you know, I don't want to say forgetful, but
Finicky.
yeah, finicky. Like
It's finicky.
You know,
Yeah.
people.
It's a lot of
Group thing. That they'll think about it, you know. Then 2 days
yeah.
later, something else happened, and
something
they done forgot about that shit. Like,
Yep.
so
Right.
Yep.
You know who's actually really good at making fun of herself and her family? Kim Kardashian. Did y'all watch her on SNL by chance?
nah, she was on SNL
Nah.
recently.
She hosted SNL
Oh, last night.
and it was
Oh, I ain't even see it.
so funny. So like, yeah, go check that out if you haven't seen it, because her monologue at the beginning, I was just pleasantly surprised how funny
She knows
was.
TV though.
And
I
that
could definitely
whole
say that. Like she knows TV.
Yeah.
So over them years, I feel like over them years when people are just around it so much, they know how to like maneuver in it and know what to say and know what people gonna like. So I believe that. It was a entertaining show for sure.
Yeah, she just took jabs on like her family and everyone. It was nice to see her in that light. So
That's cool. Yeah, they're very, her and the family they're very controversial in general. I feel like there's a lot of vitriol.
Good material.
so
Yeah.
controversial.
Yeah, a lot of good material.
Yeah.
I never know how I feel about Kim ever.
Yeah. I have my opinions of like not the family per se, but just the like the attention, the stardom, the impact they have on society, and like the craziness. You feel me? But I also step back and kind of say to myself, like, whether they were filling this seat, somebody would have been filling this seat. The craziness would have been here regardless. So,
Yeah. Sure.
Hey,
man.
I got a quick question. Am I wrong if I still listen to R. Kelly?
Yeah, I was pretending that I was frozen. So I didn't have to answer the question. To be honest with you, like, I'm one of those people, I don't really care. So like, if you choose to listen or not listen, that's up to you. I've taken stances on things of like, I ain't listening to this person because I ain't really like how like when Kanye was doing the whole red hat shit, I was like, hey man, you feel me? I ain't rocking with it. But I was listening to his last album recently.
Yeah.
A little bit. So like I get it. Woo, R. Kelly. I was at a wedding recently where they played him, and there was definitely there was a moment of like,
please paint the picture. I need it. I need it.
We had a wedding and the same thing happened.
I need
Yeah,
both of the stories. Please.
it's so all right for us. It's like, you know, it was like a double feature because it was like a Nigerian wedding the day before, and then your traditional whatever American style wedding whatever the next day. So at the American style reception, you know, we all like music was playing, DJ. He kind of hitting like he on and off. Like his transition game was garbage. But he started playing. I don't remember if it was "Step in the Name of Love" or something else. But it was like I was with my lady, and I remember when it came on, we looked at each other, and she's like, "Ooh," and I was like, "Ooh." And then we kind of just looked around at everybody. Like some people just like ignored it, didn't even like really catch the moment. They just kept going with it like nothing happened. But then you saw other people who kind of had the same reaction, and there was like this. I think whenever this happens at weddings or group functions, what's going to happen is everybody's going to look at each other to see. It's like, yo, so are we doing this or are we not doing this? Are we doing this or not doing this? and that's what it was. You feel me? This is like, well, I want to say the song only lasted. It was very short because I think he was like, oh, let me test the waters real quick. Yeah, and then it didn't work out as well as he planned. So.
My goodness.
Was that the same way it went for you, Janna?
Exact same way. Like I was like, were we at the same wedding? Because literally the same.
Were we at the same?
I feel like the DJ just like. I feel like he caught wind of the energy shift. Like I just feel like everyone was like, does he realize he's playing it? And then like the song changed. Like it wasn't even enough time to like dwell on it. It was just like everyone realized it was R. Kelly and everyone was listening to it at the same time.
Right.
But
yeah, he kind of just slip that one in there real quick. That's what that was. So how do y'all feel? Like, what are y'all thoughts on the situation with him? Like, is there any sympathy, empathy, concern, care?
I gotta tell the story. I believe him. I mean, I believe it because I heard this story. So I don't know if
you believe what? Let's be clear.
that he's guilty.
Oh, okay. Like I'm just saying, like I believe. You broke up, so I can't hear what you said. Anyway, all right, you believe he's guilty?
Yeah, I believe he did it because I heard this story. So this person, I don't know if y'all know who Daylight is, but anyways, Daylight, he's a rapper, battle rapper, or whatever. He was telling a story about how he was playing basketball with R. Kelly one time, and they playing or whatever. So R. Kelly has all his boys on one team, R. Kelly. And he said one of them was playing with a backpack on and some jeans. He said, so he thought that was weird. But anyways, so they all playing, and his team gets a steal, whatever. It's four of them down on a fast break, like by themselves. Like, it's just four of them. They waited for R. Kelly to get down the court. They threw it back to him, and he shot a three and bricked it. And that's when I heard that story. I'm like, oh, the man that he has to control it. So like,
enabling
they say
at its finest,
he said he took every single shot from the game.
Yeah. I can imagine. I don't know. I can only imagine what it's like to be a celebrity and have people act a certain way that's not their normal, right, around you, right? Even whether he commanded that shit or whether that's just like how they felt they need to act around him because he was, quote unquote, the man. But
every shot, bro.
You can't tell him nothing.
No, hold on, bro. No, every shot. This man took every shot. It's a fast break. 4 people. You know what a fast break is?
Indeed.
It's they waited for him to come down, passed him the ball, and he took a three and bricked it. Bang. That's what it would sound like. Just bang off the rim.
Oh, man.
Bro.
I know I've been quiet.
That's crazy, bro. No, something's wrong with all of those people. He had him in a chokehold or something. And then also,
money talk, man.
I forgot one more crazy thing he said in this interview. He said, so they interviewed the girls and saying that they was like, being held hostage inside. And then after the interview, they went back inside.
Essentially. There was definitely some Stockholm syndrome. Is that what it's called? When you fall in love with your captor or some shit like that?
I don't know if that's Stockholm. Maybe.
I think it's Stockholm syndrome.
But yeah. Anyways, I mean that's my opinion. I think he did it.
In terms of the music listening, I feel like I will just like not intentionally listen to his music, but like if I hear it at a restaurant or obviously at a wedding, I'm not just gonna get up and leave in outrage. You know what I mean?
What if-
Like
Right.
that's be my reaction. I don't think I'm just gonna support
Got you.
intentionally.
So, like, if it come on your Pandora, you're using one of your skips.
Yeah, most likely.
I
It's
say
hard
this.
to
I was
picture.
no, I was,
It's
I
like-
was. Oh, you. You know, I was just about to ask. I was going to say, like, what did y'all think about the features? Because what about the features, guys? I want to know.
It's that one's complicated because it's like you're punishing the other artist and a great song.
And plenty. I can't lie. Plenty of great songs. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I was listening to that Twister. You know, y'all heard that Kamikaze? Yeah, I think that was a pretty solid album. But anyways, he got a song on there with you know, your boy, and it's a banger though, guys. I'm sorry, it's a banger, but this song made me think because I had that moment like, do I change it though? Like, cause it's a banger, you know. It's like it's tough, man. So Sexy, y'all remember that song?
Yeah.
Yep. I think those are the moments.
I'm a
So like,
is
what
my
you say?
favorite R. Kelly feature. I'm a flirt.
Mer flirt.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
That R. Kelly feature, that one's like
Same girls about, but
so hard.
I know.
All right, guys. We're not about to get. We ain't doing this. Not because I don't want to do it, but it's just like I ain't trying to get you.
I'm sorry.
You feel me? It's too many. It's too many loud voices on that side of the room. Like,
Just-
We're talking about the song.
but no. I feel you. But, like in many ways, though, like the way I see it is, if I'm not controlling what's playing, it is what it is. You feel me?
That's
I don't really.
That's how I
I
feel.
don't. Yeah, I don't really have any. Shit, I might be running like some random playlist that it's just like a random generated playlist of like songs, and it may come on. If it come on, bro, it's just gonna run. I'm in my own world. Like y'all just gonna like mind y'all business. Like what we do, what I'm listening to is what I'm listening to. It is what it is. I might skip it. I might not skip it. You don't know, so it is what it is.
Hey, that's true. Do you judge a person if
Yeah.
it come on? Then you can't, because like you don't know. You don't know if they'll, they might use one of their skips. They
Just
might
keep it
not,
moving.
though, you know.
Keep it
Yeah,
moving.
man, that was just a random question I had. Another random question. While we do this, I was on the phone, and first, I was walking around, and then I was in the kitchen, and then I'm still on the phone, and then I'm in the living room, and then I'm on the phone, and then I'm sitting on the couch, and then I'm on the phone, and then I'm in the bathroom, and it's like, why we walk around so much when we talking on the phone? Like, is that just
Like where you were actually in a
Actually in a
conversation,
conversation
on the phone, or were you like
Yeah.
texting?
y'all don't do that? Is that just me?
Was it? Well,
It's been a long time.
I was talking about work. It was a work conversation, so it's,
I feel like some people do it as like a way to relieve anxiety that they don't know that they have. Like the pacing helps, like, I don't know, maintain
calmness.
anxiety.
I think that's actually a great point. I'll even level that up a little bit. It's a way to assert your control in the conversation by you being able to get up and do things that you want to do. Like your body's just moving on its own. Like you didn't decide you wanted to go get up and go in the kitchen and start sweeping, whatever. Anyway, but it's like almost within the conversation. It's like, all right, I'm moving. Yeah, I'm flowing. I'm doing this. Just like if you wake up in the morning on a Sunday morning, you start cleaning, you just start going to work. Next thing you know, 6 hours later, you did all the shit, and it's like, oh damn, I did all that.
See, I'm like rarely productive if that ever happens to me. I'm not doing things. I'm like walking around and doing stupid things. that I don't realize
Yes,
to do.
that's what I was gonna say. Like
I'm like upside down on the bed, like I'm not doing anything that makes sense when I
Yeah, like I'm sitting on top of the couch,
Yeah.
like yeah,
right,
you know,
right. Like
like flipping cups upside down, just
not
random
making
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Playing with the nozzle of the sink.
Exactly.
You know, like just doing random shit. Like and you catch yourself like, what the hell am I doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like you're still on the phone, so you can't really stop. You're like whatever, and you just keep doing it. You know.
keep
So
doing
I just
it.
was wondering if that was just me, but it's Janna Troy always, he just different. He doesn't do anything the majority of people do. So
Yeah, I don't wish celebrities
he-
happy
he-
birthday on the internet.
he
Like,
says that's weird. That's
sorry.
I saw someone tweet that or something, and they were like, "Oh, but something about Idris Elba's birthday, like you get mad, or like you remember their birthday, but you don't remember like your friend's birthday." I don't know, but I was just like, "Dang, that is so weird that I do that with some celebrities." Like I saw that and I judged myself hard.
it was actually like you felt that one.
You
I
saw that.
feel that one. I was like, "Holy!" It made me look at myself and be like, "You're crazy!" Like.
Definitely don't go back to our
Yeah,
episode
he
when I
was
went
talking,
into
he
it.
was
then.
talking cash shit about
Definitely,
people like you.
I do it. I do it with the people that I love, like so
Can
much.
you
Like
can
they're
you
not.
Janna,
explain
you-
that?
Janna, you were in you were on the podium. Like you were basically who I was talking about. No, I'm joking. Obviously,
No, he's not there, like really.
no, I am joking. I was talking about you, but I wasn't talking about you. You just so happened to.
I mean, I just realized, like, I was like, crap. Like, I've actually done that. I definitely do it for Rihanna. She's never gonna see that shit.
Hey, look, man. It's like you mentioned earlier, the group think, right? It's kind of like we all doing it, so we all doing it. But like sometimes someone's
It's not really like we're trying to. It's like I don't think we're trying to intentionally wish them happy birthday with the mindset that we think they're gonna see it. I think it's more so letting our followers know, like, we fuck with this celebrity super hard. Like, this is celebrity that we like the most. Like, I feel like that's really what's been going on.
I'm trying to decide if that's acceptable to me or not. Like I get I'll never.
You would never know that this is like my favorite artist if I don't post them on their birthday, or favorite celebrity if I don't post on their birthday. Like now you know, oh, she loves this person. Like I think that's really like what we're saying. Like you're not a fan, I'm a fan. This is who I'm a fan of. Not necessarily I think they're gonna see this birthday wish and tell me thank you.
So it's not even about the celebrity really.
Like I'm trying to see like, all right,
Troy's like,
am I feeling it or am I not feeling
think,
it? Like,
Troy, I don't think you're feeling it because let me. You said the whole reason they do this is because they're self-centered. I remember that. That's what he said.
wait, the person posting is self-centered?
Yes. That's exactly what he said.
Yes, I did say that.
All right.
Wait, what's that logic?
That's what he said.
So I do think there is a certain level of quote unquote arrogance, some self-centered. So this is why I say it, right? It's because like you said, like you kind of already cut my legs out from under me when you said like, oh well, we don't post it.
Self-centered person.
Well, yeah, no. See, but that's the thing. We're all self-centered to a little degree, like to some degree. I'm not gonna say little.
Okay.
We're all self-centered to a little degree, right? That's our self-confidence.
Right. Okay.
End of the day, right?
That's a fair statement.
Yeah. So I always look at it like there's.
I'm screaming now on this side.
So okay, all right. So when we're wishing, like you kind of, like I said, you cut my legs out from under me when you said like, oh, it's not like we wish happy birthday with the expectation that they're gonna respond back or nothing like that. Yeah, I'm sure there are people who like they don't respect the response. I'm sure majority of people don't respect the response. But there's this part where it's just like, damn, how am I gonna say this in a way that is
Not.
exactly? It's tough. It's tough. So I say this, man. Like I don't know. Maybe I gotta say this for it to make more sense. I feel like we put way too much. We put like celebrities and people in I guess positions of popularity and status way too high on a pedestal. Like it's an uncomfortable level. I'm all for the fandom of shit. Like the Beehive's the Beehive, even though I think this is where the root of this comes from, the weirdness, right? The obsession type thing.
The Beehive is dangerous.
Exactly. You got the Future Hive. You got Certified Lover Boys now, from what I think that's what I saw. And like I fuck with Drake. I fuck with Cole. I'm not so. I don't think so highly of myself to be like, oh, I'm not a fan of these people's work and what they do. That's cool. But at the same time, it's not. It's like, all right, boom. I appreciate the work and so on and so forth. But it's like we start blending the part of like, oh, I know their life. So much so to like be wishing happy birthday and so on and so forth. I'll say this, and I think I made this point, Dean. You got to remind me what I said. I was like, if you're on the street, if you're on the street and you saw somebody saying happy birthday, like what did I say? I forgot. I feel like I was like, okay, that's cool because you see them in person.
No, I was
There's
like,
a way
so
to acknowledge that.
If I see, if it happens to be somebody's birthday and I don't know them, but I know it's their birthday, like they got a balloon or whatever. You see them in person. I say happy birthday. That's weird. And he was like, "Oh no, that's weird."
And I said that was cool.
It's not cool.
No, that's fine.
It's in person.
No,
that's what you said.
Yeah, I said it. No, I said it is cool. I said it is cool.
You said it
okay,
is
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But like, there's the idea of like, again, you take how. All right, Janna, how much do you value your time?
My time?
Yes.
Oh, I value my time tremendously.
Tremendously. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now I feel like you know what I'm about to go with this.
I'm not sure, actually.
All right. You value your time a lot, right? Like spending my time doing this and doing like things that you consider to be a waste of time or whatever.
Okay.
It's hard for me to not look at people taking the time to write out a happy birthday message, especially the ones who do something real like long, like, oh, happy birthday, Drake. You really fill in the days where I'm sad or blah, 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 whatever.
Nothing was the same.
That like, that's weird. That's weird to me. That's weird because
100% like see exactly the perspective you're coming from. But I will say that, sometimes people just need to like release their thoughts or like, like just put that in the atmosphere. That's why people journal. It's like the same kind of logic. Like no one's going to read it. It's not really for anybody. But in a way, it kind of helps you feel like what your words matter. Like it's not, I don't think it's.
Wait. What was that last part? What was that last part you said?
Like what you say matters. Like what you put in the atmosphere matters. Like I don't think it's like, oh, we're gonna see this and fall in love. Now some people are crazy and they 100% think that and they build up a fantasy in their head. But I think that a lot of people, like I said, they might just wish celebrities happy birthday because they feel like that person, like that celebrity did something for them.
That's
like,
exactly what I said.
To know that like this celebrity, like I
That's
admire
exactly
them. Like,
what I
people
said.
Okay, but with both
the newest fandom culture.
I don't even
do
it.
With both of what you do. But with both of you guys, with both, I would have to look. I don't know, but I'm sure you do it because you're not on my side. So with both of you guys and what you just said was like, again, I just heard, like, to me, what I heard was like, letting them know like you did something for my life. They don't know. They don't. That's what I was saying. Like, that's where we get back. Like, as I'm hearing it, I'm like, okay, I feel like some of this is coming back because that day it was really there. Right now, it wasn't on the top of my brain.
Let other people know that celebrity did something for their life.
All right, so
she's saying like the people who gonna see that comment be like, dang, Drake helped her out too.
For you, like this artist, like I have that, I love this. Like that's how fandom starts. People talking about who they love is how celebrities become celebrities.
I have no way to approach this without it being offensive. So, I'll believe it because I like it's like to me I keep going back to like the self-centeredness of like we put ourselves in a higher pedestal of like our voice being so much more important than what it is. That's not to say that people don't have voices that should be heard.
I think that it's coming from a place of like arrogance, like, oh yeah, like I definitely feel like
not full on arrogance though, not full on, not just like straight blatant arrogance
from that angle. Like I think it's coming from a completely different angle.
Yeah.
And I think that like for instance, like I would have never been able to like. I feel like sometimes it's helpful that you think of celebrities as real people because they are. Like they hate it when you treat them otherwise because they're still humans. You know what I mean? So like, sure, I'm sure they like don't read every message, but they might see the notification number and be like, "Dang, I'm really loved on my birthday." I don't know.
He said I didn't say I might have said something to that effect, and he was like, "They can get that from the likes," you know.
They do. That's what we all get, like to a certain degree.
They're obsessed. Like it's an obsession. They care. Trust me.
Yeah, when they was about to turn off the likes for Instagram, or they contemplated turning off likes for Instagram, like the people who I feel like were the loudest when it came to that was like celebrities, people of status.
That's how they get paid.
Yeah, which is fair, right? So it could be just the money, or it could have been just the, I don't know, worship me, love me, appreciate me.
But I know a handful, and that kind of stuff affects them. Like if they don't see, some people they're just like, now that that's a part of their lifestyle, it matters. Some people it doesn't matter, and they're still like very down to earth. But
sure, being with all this context for me is like, I guess the way that I am as a person, the way that I think about stuff is like, I'm not real big on letting people. I'll say this, but it's not the exact way I want to say it, but like letting people see you sweat, right? I'm not big on value. Like you could be a celebrity, you could be this, you could be that, you could be on this and so forth. But like, I feel like we as a society, we do too fucking much of the like putting people on such a higher like platform for shit, or like a higher level than yourself. And it's not always to me of like looking at, oh, look how high you put this person. To me, it's like, look how much lower you put yourself below this person. That is where the root of this is for me. When I see it, I'm like, bruh, no one's going to see the birthday message. Right. But you made a great point in the sense of fuck the celebrity, I guess, in this instance. People who know you may see your comment and be like, oh, like she fuck with da-da-da too. And maybe could spark up a conversation. Like, oh, I didn't know you like, I don't know, like, you know, stuff like that. So I'm open to that idea and whatnot. I'm just not the person like I when I was younger, like, and this really started in high school, but like when you see a celebrity and shit like that, and the people who kind of will like fucking lose their shit, that shit was always weird to me because I always will look at, like, I can appreciate all the hard work, what goes into your craft and the struggles you went through to get to where you are, right? To be where you are, it takes something special. And I appreciate that. At the same time, you're still a human being to me. Right. And it's just like, I ain't gonna do all that shit.
I think like, that behavior just started when like people started recognizing talent. Like this person was different, you know, like that makes them a celebrity.
And I think, and that's cool. That's cool too. Like remember,
Jackson for sure. I feel like that kind of fandom was like expected. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's cool. Like I said, like the fandom aspect of it is all cool. It's just like when we start getting to the point of like, there are people that are obsessed with with celebrities to the degree of like following every little tidbit of what's going on in their life. Like, it's like, they're kind of like on every beck and call of what's going on in that person's life. And I've always found that to be weird. Right. And it's almost like, I feel like that's a sign, like, and I'm not saying every single person who does their birthday wishes, they're like that. 'Cause obviously they're not, but it's like, to me, it's like, I see the worst parts of how people value celebrities the way they do, and kind of devalue themselves. And that shit trash to me. Like I'm real big on like, yo, like thinking the world of yourself, right?
Yeah.
But not screaming to the world that like, yo, I'm the shit. Like, let your actions be the voice
Yeah.
to you being the shit and so on and so forth.
Words, for sure.
So
I can agree with that. And I can agree that, some people do have a tendency to put celebrities on a pedestal. I just think that that's not necessarily everyone's intention behind the birthday wishes specifically. Now, other types of behavior, I can't really justify.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. We're barely down the agenda. Dean decided he wanted to throw me into the fire real quick. Bring that back up.
Really? I mean, no, we the Would You Rather.
We ain't talk about. Oh no, Oh shit! I'm looking at
Troy. You're
from
drunk.
the
It's
other episode.
okay.
Never mind.
Okay. It's okay.
No, I'm not drunk. But I was looking at. I saw like Fizz apologize to Omarion. I didn't remember talking about it in the last episode, but I assume we did.
No, we didn't actually. We did not talk about that.
Okay. Well, Janna, did you hear about Fizz apologizing to Omarion for sleeping with his baby mama?
Yeah, I saw all the things, and then April's post, and then everyone's talking about he's trying to get paid and be on the Millennium Tour, and I didn't even know the Millennium Tour was going on. That's actually how I found out that it was going on. So, yeah, I saw it all.
Didn't they?
Whatever. I don't know.
I think they announced that. Didn't Soulja Boy and Bow Wow announce that? Or Bow Wow announced that when they had their little verses?
Yeah, but I'll just be saying stuff. I didn't think that was like.
You're right. Bow Wow challenged you.
Like, I didn't see like any type of like press or marketing or anything, so I didn't know what was going on. Anyways.
Yeah, I guess we didn't talk about it last time. I guess that whole situation fundamentally fucked up. Like, your boy sleeping with your baby moms. Like, just like. Yeah, I guess for the people who don't know what happened, B2K, if y'all don't remember them, popular group back in the day, the main member, Omarion, do with the braids, do little dances. Well, they all do dances. One of his boys now today, like I guess recently, over the last couple of years, one of the members slept with the mother of his child, right? I guess when they're not together. Which I guess, it's always about, I don't know, man, principle, right? Principle. Like, you can sleep with who you want to. You ain't like you can stop it or nothing like that if that's what two people agree to. But it's like damn, fool. Like, are we family? Are we brothers or not brothers? Like, that's so. It's weird to me. If Omarion stole that man on stage when because he did it on stage. If he did that shit on stage, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I was like, yep. Sounds like the correct action to take here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it was a public action of disrespect, so at least the apology was just as public.
Valid.
True.
Valid.
True. Yeah.
I was finna say I ain't seen Omarion throw a punch since you got served though, so I ain't really know if that was since you got served. So
Did he even throw a punch in that movie?
I think it was a push.
When he was fighting?
I think it was a push. He threw a push.
A little shove.
Cause that's when Sonny was crip walking on the ass. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
I'm not gonna say nothing
watch
about
that movie all the time. Be in the front.
That's what I was just about to say. I wasn't gonna say nothing about you knowing the intricate details of the movie this far into the future. But
I beat you to it, ugly.
I think everyone did.
Yeah, I told you, Troy he not normal. He
bro, I watched it. I'm just saying, like, I don't remember like intricate details like that. You talking about Sonny was crip walking? Like, bro, I don't remember that. I don't even remember who Sonny is.
Crip walking, bro. Come on now, that's one of the like.
That was like one of the
exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
Wasn't if it was you? All right, so you got served. Chris Brown was in this, and then he died like in the first like 5-15. That's another movie. No, I'm just okay. That was something Yard that was
in. Yep.
Columbus Short.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Marcus Houston. Right. Let's do it for Lil Saint. That's what I'm talking about.
I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember. I remember the movie. I just
Joe
felt
Button
like
pump it
anyway,
up.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, pump it up. No, I recall. I'm just saying, I don't recall the intricate details like you and Janna do. You just say you be watching all the time, so obviously.
I'm just saying we part of the majority.
Janna, did you say that too? Are you also a part of the binge watching you got served?
No, I said I haven't watched it in years, so I don't also. I was more like falling in line with you, saying I don't remember every intricate detail, but I was also saying that the scene with Will singing crip walking was very iconic. So
Yeah, I didn't.
I do.
Yeah, I just don't remember it. That's all.
Anyways, Troy, drop the theme.
I ain't dropping shit. I ain't dropping shit. You might as well play it. Press the button.
You know, drop the theme.
Press the button.
Right.
I ain't dropping shit.
Right, man.
Janna, for as many, I don't know if you've been listening to the episodes, but we go through Would You Rather, and like I would just make up some random like whatever random intro song to the shit.
Okay.
Last episode, this man decides to drop, like I do the little intro joint, right?
Okay.
And then we start talking, and then he goes ahead and drops like an official little drop or whatever.
Okay.
I'm like, so what the fuck was the point of me doing the damn?
Let me
You're mad.
hold on. Let me
You've
tell
been
you what
replaced.
happened. Listen, no, first time this last episode he said I got a would you rather, and he didn't have a would you rather.
No.
Let me just do this. Because you already
Listen.
put the theme. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. You had it recorded, so why am I doing the theme anyway?
All right, let's go.
Save it. Run it.
All right, man. Would you rather? The first question.
Did you run it?
I didn't run it, bro. I tried and.
Wait. Did you not run it because I made fun of your voice on the drop?
I didn't run it because I ain't running, bro. Look.
Okay. All right.
Question number one.
All right.
So, would you rather have to have 4 kids, or you can't have any kids at all?
Any kids at all?
Oh, that was really quick. Okay.
You know, I'm like real close on that side
Yeah,
with
but
Janna.
that's why like 4
Too.
is like it made me think because like I don't really want 4, but like dang, no kids, like you know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, the weight of it.
I could live with no kids.
until you have one, and then you might come on our side.
Yeah.
I think kids are great, but I personally would be okay with no kids.
You gonna be the fun auntie.
Yeah, man.
It's been great. 4 is a handful. 4 sounds crazy.
4
to
sounds
me.
crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm on 1, possibly will be a 2 someday, and I'm already thinking like, damn, 2?
No,
Like that feels like a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Just
just
knowing
1 right now is
everything,
like,
like, yeah.
man.
yeah,
You fucking with the schedule right now, bro.
4 like.
I don't see how I don't see how people would like have. They get into the
I gotta
teens
go
and stuff
before.
like 9s, 10s.
I
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
they
gotta
do
go
it.
With 4? Oh, I love
gotta go
that.
before.
Oh,
I can't. Yeah, I gotta go to 4.
it's like I need kids.
I mean, I got Aya, like, so it's like, dang, I can't give up Aya.
Yeah, no. It's like almost like if you have a kid already.
Yeah,
have
you
to
don't.
stay
Nah,
with
you
them.
don't. You don't. Definitely don't. You don't. I wouldn't blame anybody. I wouldn't blame anybody. I would not blame you.
Okay.
Troy, what
The next.
Yeah, I'll take the 4. I'll take the 4. I thought we
no, yeah,
understood
we
that.
did.
Yeah, I'll take the 4.
we didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I definitely.
I thought you was on the
were
0 side.
with
No, I was saying I'm lit. No, I was like
everything
I'm
that was said.
no, I felt like I was like, you know,
Because you started off with your hate saying, I think I would have to identify with Janna on this one.
I feel like I'm closer to Jan. That's what I said.
Where the flip came from.
See, ultimately, like at the same time, like Dave said it, and not having like I want a child. I want my little baby. I want my little baby
That's
boy, or
hilarious.
my baby girl. The legacy of it and all that, right? The annoyances and the the labor of having 4 kids. It is what it is. You feel me? Just to have that, it's like, all right, we'll do it. It'll work out regardless. You know, as long as we can afford it, we good.
Heard you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got one more. So this is like for your, significant other. Everything on their outer, like, would you rather them have 1 of everything or 3 of everything? So like,
Wait, what?
Everything on their outer. So like 1 eye, 1 arm,
I do
1 nostril,
one of everything.
one leg, or 3
do one of
arms, three eyes.
I would do one of everything. I just feel like 3s look more like it's just so much more weird because it's just like there's more things that there's already 1 of. So I'm just like, okay, or less than 3 of. So I'd rather see like 1. Like you already have 1 nose, 1 mouth, 3 mouths. That's gonna look a little.
Jenna, I'm gonna give you the heads up right now. I have a feeling where he's gonna go with this, but I am right there with you. Officially, I'm right there with you. But go ahead, Dean. What are you picking?
This is so messed up.
You gonna go with the mutant person?
What'd you
Is
say?
that your
Go with
plan?
what person? No,
The mutant,
no.
the
You
Nah,
gonna do
I'm
3
I'm
eyes.
gonna go with 1. I'm gonna go with 1. But like I just I can't do the 3, bro. I can't do the 3. Cause you know what the 3 compared, like I just think roach, bro. And you know I don't fuck with roaches, bro. I just I just feel like you know what I'm saying? At least 1, I could be
One is
like
just-
this, you know. I could do
Right.
something like okay, I could get used to that, hop in a little bit, you know. Like, but you technically
I
crawling.
was thinking about the alien from
They technically crawling, like, you know what I'm saying?
y'all remember the alien from Lilo and Stitch?
Oh
That had, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, he was like nice. He was a nice character.
He was nice.
Oh my god. So real quick, Dean, where did you get this question? Like, I really would like to know what's the root of
I was
this.
high, bro, and just thinking, like, I need a would you rather, like.
As fuck, you were hot.
Let me think. Then,
Oh my
then I was
gosh,
like, we already
jeez.
did one arm, 1 leg. We already did that. And then I was like, shit, what if like you had 1 of everything?
That's
And then
funny.
I was gonna be like all 1 limb, so like the women have 1 titty, and then, but I didn't want to go like, you know, yeah, I didn't
All
wanna
the
go
way there.
So.
He's over here what? He walked away.
Anyways, man.
I'm sure that would be on cut out.
but
Dean.
hey, man.
1 titty, bro. 1 titty, one
Or
titty, 1 butt
or
cheek.
3 butt cheeks.
That's-
Like, like just about, like that would have been a little too weird. 'Cause, anyway,
Yeah, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
Please,
So,
I'm begging.
oh
Let's
man,
just
now
keep
it's time for my favorite part of the show, the watch the come up segment. So, as you all know, everybody has their own come up. You know what I'm saying? And here at the Abra You Seen This podcast, we like to highlight, the people that have things going on in their life that are just beneficial in the world for the world, and we feel like the world needs to know about. So, we take this opportunity to get to know our guests on that level and promote some of their stuff, and hopefully we can bring some sales and some awareness to their businesses. So right here we have the lovely Miss Janna Gilstrap, fashion designer and owner of Miss Janna Yvonne LLC. And let's give it up for her one more time. Thank you so much. Woo, 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 woo. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you
Yes, thank
guys.
you. So, let's just start out by telling us about how it was growing up and growing up in Atlanta and what family was like and things of that nature. So,
Okay. Um, so yeah, born and raised in Atlanta. I love my childhood. I love just being in Georgia and Atlanta back then in the 90s. It was so fun. There was Turner Hill, there was Phillips Arena. There was Edgewood. There were so many things that have changed so much that now people are like, what is that? So, but back then it was great. Grew up in Stone Mountain, and then my family relocated to like the suburbs. So then we moved to like Conyers, which is literally in the middle of nowhere. But I still went to school in Gwinnett County, and so like that's kind of where I spent like most of my time, East Atlanta area. And yeah, I have an older brother. He's married. Love them so much. Today's their anniversary,
happy
actually.
anniversary,
They
man! Yeah.
Congratulations
How
to
many, how
them.
many years?
no, he's
Hey,
six.
that's what's
Yeah.
up. Black
Hey.
love.
Um, so yeah, so they're great, and that's the areas where my dad's from. My mom's from Alabama, Phoenix City to
Okay.
be exact, and so I have true Southern roots. And yeah, it's just the four of us. My parents are still together. Thank God. I mean, they're one of the lucky ones. They have been married for like 36 years or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't even know.
lovely, lovely.
Um, Craziness. So yeah, but yeah, that's my family background, and then just spent my childhood mostly in Atlanta. Um, Obviously went to UF, which is like shocker, especially because my dad went to UGA.
Mm,
So, but my brother went to Vandy, so we had like a lot of
yeah,
SEC
SEC energy
energy
going.
going
Okay.
in my household, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, so I just decided I wanted to go out of state, and UF was just like so great to me.
Yeah.
I just loved it. Um, and then after that was in Orlando. Felt like that was an easy transition, like from Gainesville to Orlando post grad. And yeah, I was there for a couple years, and then I was actually supposed to move to LA, but then life happens and things don't go according to plan. And then I actually went back to Atlanta for like a few months, like maybe 3-ish months, and then got like a random job opportunity in New York, and then that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
And I know you
It's cool.
asked about my
It's
family
okay.
and
No,
my
we
childhood, and I
appreciate it.
got all the way.
It's yeah, yeah, we appreciate it.
We
Yeah,
were gonna
we're
get
gonna
into
get
it
into
anyway.
that. You know.
It was coming, so I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I might as well just answer
So,
all of it,
I
you
mean,
know?
Right.
you came into school like kind of in the fashion when I met you. So, but like, is that where it started, or did it start when you were younger, or where did you kind of get that fashion bug?
Yeah, I love that question. I started being into fashion when I was really young. I would say it started before I even knew it started. My mom would tell me stories about how one of her like best friends that would come and like help take care of me, she would hold out like outfits for me when I was a little girl, and I would just point to what I wanted to wear. So like I had some type of awareness of like fashion, I guess young. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I knew what I
Yeah.
wanted to wear. Um, and then I started just doing like fashion shows. Like I would just like my aunt me into like a fashion show when I was like really little. And I just loved everything about like that industry. Even I didn't really know much about it. It just seemed so fun. And when I was in third grade, my teacher, she was doing sewing lessons at her church, and she was doing it for the summer. And so I went and I like made my first garment, and I was like obsessed after that. And I just been sewing ever since. And I would still go to her even when I was in high school, and she would just like mentor me into doing more extreme and like advanced garments. And then from there, I just it became a passion, but I didn't think it was realistic. So I found something else I was good at, and I love public speaking. And so I kind of tried and find a career that channeled that, which turned into TV broadcasting. So that's what I majored in at UF because it was like a good alternative. It wasn't necessarily something I loved as much as fashion, but it was something I enjoyed as much as fashion. So I was just like, okay, this is good for me. And yeah, it was a good opportunity. It was one of the top journalism schools in the country. So I was like, yeah, this is a good look. And then after college, I just didn't want a career in TV broadcasting journalism. I was just like, this is not necessarily what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't see myself trying to build a career out in Arkansas because they have that station. I just don't see that for me. So I just basically started from management level in retail, and like that's how I got my first job, which was with Macy's in their program. And so I did that and kind of just like worked my way up in the retail side of industry and became a buyer for Ross. And then that's why I moved to New York. And then I hated it. I hated being a buyer so much. It was just like not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be more part of the creative process of the product. But it was more data and all those things. So I was just like, all right, this isn't for me. This is definitely not for me. And took that year and really just worked on elevating my business and just focused solely on my business. And it paid off because now I have like a company that runs like full time, and like that's probably my like proudest achievement.
Yeah, that's fire. Let's talk about that a little bit. So like, how did you know that like it was time to like first off start making your own clothes, but then like when did you realize like, oh, I might be able to turn this into a business, and then from there you realize, oh, I might be able to do this, and I might be able to do this long term, like. Just talk about that process of like realizing that, and when did you know that it was time?
Yeah. So it was like 2017. I was living in Orlando at the time, and my best friend invited me to go to California for a tournament, a soccer tournament, like a weekend of events kind of thing. And I had made me and our girlfriends that were going with us all like outfits for a day party event.
Hey,
And
you real. You're real, Jen. You're real. Like
like,
that is like you're meant for this. When you're doing something like that, you're meant for this.
so to be fair, it was a good opportunity for me. It was a lot of exposure for me. So I wanted to take advantage of what that would be for me by like having, the prettiest girls that I know wear my stuff. So the event ended up getting canceled. And so I had these outfits and I was like, okay, these are fire. What am I going to do with them? So at the time I
Was that like the four
home.
like kind of African looking?
Yes. Oh my God, you remember
I do
that?
my
Oh my
you know I do
God.
my research, and I
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, that's
for
crazy.
sure.
So yeah, so it was they were like African inspired print like outfits, and I, hit up one of my friends who's a photographer in Atlanta, and I was like, "Hey, I like we're in Atlanta, like I have these fits. Can we like do a like impromptu shoot?" So we just got some flicks off really quick, and they were great. Like he's great. And so I just posted them on my Instagram, and I was like, hey, I'm like selling these fits. Like if anyone wants them, these are the sizes that they are. And I sold them all. It was like 4 of them. I sold them in a week. And so I was like, oh, like it wasn't like instant, but it was like people wanted them eventually. You know what I mean? Um, and so because I was able to sell them, I was like, okay, like this could like be something. Or like I had a lot of people asking after that, oh, can you replicate this? Or can I like I saw it
Can you get
posted,
my
but
size or
I
whatever?
you know
Yeah.
that was my size. So after that, I was like, okay, like I could really do something like clearly people care about, what I'm doing. And so that was very validating for me. And it was a lot of trial and error. Like I didn't just go into it like, yes, this is what I'm gonna do and voila. Like I definitely had no idea what I was doing. I knew I was gonna have to do it very in an unconventional way because I didn't want to take out a loan. I didn't want to do anything to like affect my financial situation. So I had to just be smart about like my approach to how I wanted to kickstart my business. And so at first I was going to do like revamping vintage clothing, and like I was like, this isn't the niche for me. Like it wasn't popping off. And then in 2019, actually in 2018, I styled a girl. She was hosting Baller Alert in Atlanta, and she was like one of my good friends that I would like hang out with whenever I was in town. And so I did a shoot for her, and I made her this like custom sweatshirt that had like organza sleeves and like a train. And it was just so different. It was like street fashion, but it was like high fashion at the same time. It was casual. She was very like, she liked to be comfortable. And so like that's what I was like going for. So then in 2019, I kind of took that same design and then like applied it to my college line that I have now. And that's like the bread and butter of my business. So I just kind of took the idea of making something like fun and casual, but also fashionable for girls to wear that represents, anything, whether it's their sorority, their birthday, like they're getting married. I've done like, matching sweatshirts for like couples getting engaged as engagement gifts. Like, so it's like, it was just a fun way to make something so simple. Or I just saw it as like an opportunity because there was nothing really cute in the bookstore for girls to wear at UF to go to a game or go to games. It's so hot. Like you're like, and then like even in the winter time, you're like, well, what do I wear? And then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to get this $60, $65 sweatshirt from the bookstore, and you just feel ripped off. So I was just like, I wanted something that was like, you felt good paying that $70 to get your paraphernalia or to get your college gear. So that's kind of where I was coming from with that idea.
That's dope. It's like you thought about that just I think we talked about this offline, but like it was like I like how you thought in bulk, if that made sense. You know what I'm saying? You thought to do, let me do some, sorority pieces. Let me do college pieces, like things like that where you're gonna have a wide audience already, just off the top, but it's also very specific. And it's like, a lot of people they'll make clothes, but it's like you don't really know who's gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Like you know specifically who's gonna buy what you're making. You know what I'm saying? So you can.
I'm like, there's a market for this. Like, you know what I mean? Someone's gonna want to look cute for their graduation pictures.
So yeah, no, that's very smart, very smart. So about how long would you say it takes to make just one of your regular, like, the pieces for like their college line or something like that?
So just to clarify, I do not, like, I have a team that helps me do everything. But average time it takes to get an item made, if it's already been printed. So like, obviously we do a lot of custom inquiries. So I've done colleges from all over the country, like HBCUs, PWIs, like people hit me up from all over. So we take a lot of custom orders from colleges I've literally never heard of. So turnaround time on average is like 1.5 weeks. Because if it's a custom print, we also always keep, our most common popular like sorority styles in stock. So turnaround time may be a little bit quicker. But average time to actually make the garment is about, I would say like 1.5 to 2 hours. To get everything completed and wrapped for shipment.
That's cool. That's not even bad turnaround time for that.
Yeah, I
was gonna ask that, but like that's not bad. You said like 1.5 weeks or something. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I would say 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks, depending on what it is.
Yeah, that's a machine you got going over there. Like to plug, like churn stuff out like that quickly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You
that's
do
amazing.
like not just a sweat. You do like actual just custom pieces in general too, right? Like yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
So
Yeah. So I'll get, sometimes just random requests for
yeah.
anything,
So
honestly. And yeah,
that's the
depends.
So is that all you're doing now? Are you is like you're strictly focused on the business, or are you also like still working or what? Like working 9 to 5 or something like that?
So I also do have a 9 to 5. I work for a tech startup called Mirror. They are now acquired by Lululemon, but I was with the
Oh,
company
okay.
before we were acquired. But it's a fitness tech company. You may have seen it, but it's like an interactive home gym.
Yeah,
But
I've actually seen it.
it's also a mirror.
That's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Nah, it's cool. Like, reason I even asked that is because like whenever I see like you're an entrepreneur, basically, but people who still like balance that, hey, like I have this 9 to 5, and then like literally you have all this free time and you choose to do with it what you will, right? And to say like, you know what, I'm gonna put it towards this thing that I'm passionate about. That's admirable. Like I'm doing my own little thing too, but like as I started doing it, I started appreciating people more who do it as well
Yeah,
because it
it's
takes a lot. It
Yeah.
takes a
a
lot.
lot. Like you are
Yeah.
literally working a
Yeah.
lot, and a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
But like I was so just to be transparent, I had after I left Ross, I just started trying to get things for my business together for like a year and a half, and then I literally business started picking up, and so I had to hire some help, and then in order to pay them, I had to get another source of income. So that's actually how I got involved with Mirror, and I've been with them for 2 years now. So it's been great.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's
Wow.
dope. What talk about the preparation, just like especially well actually more specifically like talk about like the preparation that you have like when you're about to like drop like one of your lines, uh like a spring line or a fall line, like what type of preparation does it take when it's going into something like big like that?
Okay, so I actually just dropped some new items, but it wasn't like a full like big deal. Like it wasn't I didn't do like the
Mhm.
whole enchilada. I usually do like big press
Yeah.
runs for things like Founders Day, like when it's Founders Week coming up, because everyone's Founders Day is like within this short period of time. So I usually do that like in holiday. Like I'll do that. Like I'm gearing up for that right now. But what that looks like if I'm doing like new items is obviously you have to come up with like the design concept. Then I have to go and make sure that those things can be printed on appropriately and that like it looks good. So I get samples made. Then I have to organize a photo shoot for marketing material, and then come up with the content schedule after that. And then it's just scheduling and order maintenance from there. So, yeah, I feel like it's always a lot of pressure to drop something new because you never know if it's going to do
Yeah.
well or not. You never know what's going to happen. You never know if people are just going to ignore it. So,
Right.
it's always a lot of pressure. But at the end of the day, you got to do it because you believe in it.
Very, very true.
So,
Very true. Yeah, like I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know if this happened, but it's like, do as athletes, like you can go and watch the game film and like look at stuff that you can do better. Do you like see stuff that you can do better, or do you always feel like you like you? Yeah, I see you already shaking your head. Like it's like always something you feel like you could like do better, or
oh my gosh,
yeah,
are you kidding? Like, this at the end of the day, I'm still human and I still literally have a whole
yeah,
job. So it definitely can get away from me at times where I'm just like, I feel like I've completely abandoned my business. Um, I'm in the process of doing a lot of things to go to the next level, and that's the thing with being an entrepreneur. You can never like be like complacent with being where you are. Like you always have to think about, okay, what is next? And so like that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like cool, got the footing. Cool, had a smooth full year. Now I'm in the time where I'm like, okay, let's see if we can anniversary some numbers, and then let's think of like how what we can do next from here. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But absolutely not. I do not feel like I either like have done enough or am like content with like what I'm doing right now. I feel like there's definitely more that
For
I can be
sure.
doing.
What's like what's the end goal? I mean, of course, I know you wanna, be full time and feature, but like, do you have like a specific like a kind of thing where you want to take it?
Everyone just assumes that I want to work my business full time, but like after doing it, I don't. I would like eventually that answer might change. But for right now, I enjoy doing something else while I also do my business because it gives me a little bit of like life balance. Because I also enjoy my job. And so it's not like I'm like miserable at work and like trying to just get a check while, I have my business. I would actually like to move up in both. Um, but, everyone's different. Some people just they don't want a 9 to 5 anymore. Their goal is to leave
Right.
a 9 to 5. Like, and I can see why. Like, yeah, I can feel horrible sometimes, but um, I actually like the company I work for. So I would say, should I stop talking? Okay. I would say that eventually I might want to run my business full time, but it will never consume the majority of my schedule. I'll always be doing something else in addition to my business. It may not be my current job, but there will be something else that I'm working on just to give me that kind of like balance in life. I would say end goal for this particular collection, I would love to eventually be in bookstores for colleges. It's just, there's a
So
lot
that
that goes
process.
into that. It's a very long process. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the end goal.
Yeah, I could imagine. It's a lot that
Let's
goes
go.
into that.
Let's go. As you mentioned, the aspect of people wanting to leave 9 to 5s versus that. Uh, I'm not like stuff that I'm working on the side right now. It hasn't even got to the point where I'm like full stream out. But there's like this thought that I always have, and somewhat it's like this fear. It's a good fear, I think, of like this thing. Like I have this belief that this is like when I really say like just roll it out and just start doing what I'm doing, it's gonna go so well that there's gonna come a time where I have to make a decision of do I like take the plunge and say like yo I'm gonna devote like forget the 9 to 5, let me devote all my time to this to try to make it work. But there's this fear of like, what if it doesn't work out, right? So yeah, like the idea of leaving the 9 to 5, like some people want to, some people don't. Some people like the security of the 9 to 5, but still like doing the things on the side. Like not everybody has, like you mentioned before, not everybody. Um, some people are cool with just working a 9 to 5 and then having their side hustle, basically.
It depends on what you're comfortable with, and everyone's goals are different. I will say I've done the full time entrepreneurship. It was great, but at the same time, it requires so much discipline that it's almost like I like structuring my life around my 9 to 5 more than I like structuring my life around my own schedule that I have to create. It's kind of weird.
Right. I
But
fully, I
Yeah.
get you.
at the same time, like, yeah, it was great. Like waking up and knowing, yeah, like I don't have to, clock in. But at the same time, it's
Do that.
also, oh, I have to get up knowing that whatever I do today has to be productive enough to make up for whatever I would have been doing at a 9 to 5. Like we have to grind, and you're in control of what that looks like. So
Right.
a lot of
Yeah, it's
pressure.
not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody.
Not for everybody. So I would just say make sure you have a plan financially, realistically. You want SMART goals. Everyone knows that little cute acronym. Like they just can't just quit your job and just
Right.
can. No one's stopping you. But I would just encourage people to make a plan before doing anything irrational.
I respect that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for sure. Coming down to the end, quick questions. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Your top 5 designers.
Ooh.
No order.
Oh. Okay, let me think. Oh, no particular order. Christopher John Rogers, Christian Siriano. Chanel.
You sound like you didn't want to put one of the top names up there.
It's hard, there's things, but like I love me some Chanel. Oh man. I had one that I was definitely gonna say and I forgot who it was. I have two left and they're
It's
like,
like 10 left, huh?
and last one. Balmain.
Who was number 4?
No, last one. Mugler. Sorry.
Who was number 4?
Yeah, I didn't hear 4.
Oh, Pierre Moss.
Okay.
Okay. And then 5 was what?
Mugler.
Mugler.
Mugler. Okay. Did you said something before? Was it Balmain that you said before?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard a little bit of that.
Okay. If you could collab with one of those, who would you want to collab with the most?
Oh my god.
The tough questions.
Oh man.
And what's the piece?
Oh my gosh. These are hard questions. I'm so sorry. I'm like trying to think.
You supposed
There's
to.
so many different things I would do with there's so many different things I would do with so many different designers. Okay, from that list, who would I choose to do a collab with? Oh my god. I would have to say Chanel. I feel horrible saying that because, like, obviously I don't want to collab with a black designer, but
Chanel is Chanel.
oh my god, a Chanel collab with a game changer.
Chanel,
Like,
Chanel,
oh my
Chanel,
god,
man.
I would bring back the vintage Chanel. I would do like all the tweed and all the things. Just that, like, it was always classy, but like still sexy. Like, I just love it. Like vintage Chanel.
Okay.
That it would look like
Okay.
that, which you probably have no idea what that looks like. But more so like tweed as the material, so like that woven looking type of material. But it's like
I was thinking it kind of looks like a basket almost. No?
and, like,
I was like, is it like a wicker basket
No.
type looking? No? Okay. You
it's
said woven.
it's like knit.
knit.
Yeah.
Oh, knit. Okay.
They do a lot of old vintage stuff that is like suits and business cash, but like the most fashionable version. I feel like they were the first one to like revamp business casual and like business professional wear.
Chanel. Shout out to Chanel. So
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna literally. I'm gonna think about this answer and I'm gonna hate it later. But anyway,
okay, so look, your first piece, where would you want it to be debuted, at what event?
oh my god, I don't even know.
New
Yeah, I
York
know,
Fashion
right?
Week, Paris Fashion Week,
Definitely
the Met
Paris
Gala.
Week.
Which fashion week?
Yeah,
Paris.
Paris.
Is that like the top of the top? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Paris and Milan.
Milan. I'm too sexy for this shit. Sexy.
They're definitely the top of the top. I would rather like do the like be somewhere else, even though Met Gala would be great. I just don't see them doing. I mean, Chanel's done, I'm sure, some things for Met Gala, but they're not who I would choose to do my Met Gala.
You choose
look.
somebody else to do your Met Gala look. It's
Yeah. So if I have to say Chanel as the answer for the collab, then no, I wouldn't do it.
I see. Would you do like? I guess somebody you would pick. I guess something that would be a little more like out there for Met Gala.
Yeah, I might pick like Christian Siriano or like Christopher John Rogers for Met Gala.
Okay, okay, okay. Last question. What is? Well, actually, I got a couple more. This is a couple more. What?
Okay.
What is the what's the easiest aspect of being a fashion designer? The easiest.
Easiest? You always know what you don't want to wear.
Okay. You always know what you
That makes
don't want.
perfect sense.
That actually, you always know what's going on. So, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 What now? What is the most difficult aspect?
You never know what you want to wear.
I thought that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Okay.
I mean, sometimes you do know exactly what, but it may not exist. That's actually the hardest part. You may know
It
exactly
may
what
not
you want to
exist,
wear, but
but if
it
it's
may
not,
not
if it doesn't
exist
exist,
yet.
can you create it?
I usually try to if I have the time. I usually definitely try to if I have the time. If I'm like, oh, I know exactly what
Yeah.
I want to wear, but I don't have it yet, for
That's
sure.
dope.
But
That's
yeah.
dope. Demi, tell them where they can find you.
Oh, yes, of course. So you guys can check me out on Instagram. My company page is Janna Yvonne LLC, or my personal page is Miss
Okay.
MS Janna
Okay.
Yvonne.
That's on the IG.
If you want to find me
Okay.
on Instagram. Yes, and that's also my Twitter handle. And my website is
Yeah, all you gotta
www.jannayvonne.com.
do is Google Janna Yvonne. It'll pop up right there. It'll pop up right there. Uh,
Established.
established. How long you had like the Miss Janna Yvonne going?
Oh my gosh, I think since like 2017. I mean, I've always had like my first and middle name just because, like, I don't know, that was just like
Yeah.
always my handle. Um, but I started like doing stuff with the name, like whether it was styling or anything, and tried to like start branding it since like 2017.
It definitely
Yeah.
has like that sound of like,
Yeah, like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
like
like the
fashion.
names you was just naming,
Yeah,
somebody's gonna be named Jenny Yvonne. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
that's what it's like. Like perfect. It's perfect.
Thanks, guys. That's a great compliment.
For
I really
sure,
appreciate
man. For
that.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, oh, you know what it was like growing up. I don't know. Like people never asked what my middle name was, and I was like, I really like my middle name. And then
Y'all gonna learn today.
it more
Yeah,
right.
Y'all,
put
y'all
some
gonna figure
respect on
this
my
out.
name.
Y'all gonna hear this.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
It's
That's what's
my
up.
mom's middle name. So if I do have kids and have a girl, I'll give it to her as well.
nice, nice, man. Well,
That's what's up.
that's been our time. Thank you so much, Jana. You know.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
I'm
This
glad
was
you
so
enjoyed it. You know,
fun.
yeah, it
It
goes
goes by
by quick.
quick.
We been here. We just
Yeah, it was a
talking
good
our
time.
junk, and you
Good
know,
laugh.
we glad you came. We glad you enjoyed. You know, we told you it wasn't gonna be nothing too crazy, so you know, shooting the
Just shooting the
shit.
shit,
I
shooting the
know
shit, talking.
the would
You
you
know.
rather's had me a little nervous, you know.
Yeah, hey, you know, we off that. We off that. Anyways, man, y'all do not forget
Oh
to
man.
like, comment, follow, subscribe the pod. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for continuously listening. Um, and we're gonna keep bringing them. We're gonna be back next week. This was episode number 16. We rolling. You know what I'm saying? 16. We
Right.
almost at 20, and we almost at 30.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We almost at 100. So, you know, not yet, but we
Mhm.
rolling, man. Troy, what you guys say to the people?
Hey man, just remember, complacency is the killer of all dreams, man. Keep working at it. Keep
And
going.
never forget to watch the come up, man. Y'all check out JannaYvonne.com, and y'all be easy.